to the max, popping bottles. We on the couch, yeah, we in the back, hands down. We run the city, that's just a fact. D-Block, Cold Boys, that's where it's at. We stay with them hammers, baby. Jada and Anna, baby, got it shaking in Miami. Even Atlanta crazy, might see us in the ghost. Either the Phantom, baby, if it happen, it just happened. We ain't gon' plan it, baby. Nah, ice, see the whips, you see the cream, you hear the voice, you know the name. You see the team, we in the building, we on deck, we on the scene. We keep the work right on the scale, the triple beam. We turners at the front, burn another blunt. Like you probably retire off of what I earn a month. I'm still crushing, your clowns are still bluffing, and you know my style. I don't turn down for nothing.
What's up, baby? Y'all hide and run or something.
It's been confirmed that ICE is approaching homes and a factory in the Fort Atkinson and Whitewater areas. In case of an emergency, call us at 414-465-8078. Don't open the door. You have the right to remain silent. Oh, this is Voices de la Frontera. Posted that.
The Hispanic News Network.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wouldn't be going to work. They're going to be going to them places, you know what I'm saying? It's only going to be some people, but I wonder if some people they're going to be getting, because there's going to be Mexican and black people like working there, people that look like me that work there. They're going to be getting pulled over and sweated and asked for their ID and all that shit too. And even though they're going to be okay, they're going to just have to go through all that too.
Yeah. And that's just... Oh, that's just so scary. Man. I almost feel like if that were me, like, would I try getting back to my country of origin?
I was thinking about that.
Before I got, like, deported, because then my chances of coming back are, like, slim to none.
Would you circle back around?
If I got caught, I would never have an opportunity in the future to be able to try to get a visa or come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like I would want to get out before I got busted.
For one less strike?
Right, because if you're busted, I think it's harder to even go through the process of coming back.
Would you sneak back in? Would you circle back? Like maybe a couple years later? A few years later?
Maybe after another presidency, I would.
And that's the thing, though. Like, there's always new migrants coming, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd be like, deuces, see you in 4 years.
Like, there's the ones that keep coming, and they're finally, you know, they're, like, sick of trying or whatever, and then they're going to go back, and then be like, fuck it, I'm not going to go back again. But then there's always new people just coming for the first time.
Right.
And that are willing to come back, go back, come back, go back. Man, they're gonna probably be hitting all them little meat packing places, all the little. Man, that shit's crazy as hell. Yeah, so do whatever y'all need to do. Don't be opening them doors, man, and stay out the post office and shit. I mean, like, if I was in that situation, part of me wouldn't want to leave the house at all, but then you'd feel like a lame duck sitting at the house, because you'd be anticipating that knock on the door. Man. All right, y'all. Bucks game at 9:30 tonight. Y'all go check out Manhattan Transfer, too. Birdland, a song called Birdland. That's a white jazz group. They're out of New York. Let's see who is texting us. Okay. Hey, baby, when we eating the blueberry pancakes? After our nap?
After Shelly naps.
Okay. All right, y'all. And in case y'all wonder what music that is, that's Devin the Dude, instrumentals. That's off the See What I Can Pull album. He's out of Texas, Houston. right, y'all. Just randomly scanning around the country to see and catch up or find some stories, you know what I'm saying, that maybe have been overlooked or, you know, just kind of fell by the wayside or whatever, because there's so much shit that happens out here. So I'm just looking around state to state and don't know the end results of these situations. This one's from 4 years ago. This was out of San Antonio.
Newington family and witnesses are asking SAPD for answers tonight after a man is thrown in a police car and taken to jail. He was suspected of committing a crime and hauled off even after officers determined they had the wrong guy.
This man in the green apparently was just jogging, and this cop pulls him over, and because he wouldn't give him his name, he's got handcuffed.
Tuesday afternoon, San Antonio police were looking for a man accused of choking and punching a woman at an apartment complex on Woodstone Drive on the city's northwest side. The man they stopped was Matthias Omitu. Police say he refused to give his name or date of birth. SAPD says Omitu was placed in handcuffs without incident after refusing their questions. They say Omitu was asked to sit in a patrol car and refused. Officers then put Omitu in the vehicle. The incident was recorded to cell phone and Facebook Live by San Antonio attorney Victor Moss and his girlfriend Jennifer Rodriguez.
He has that right under the Constitution not to self-incriminate of any kind. Of course, that wasn't good enough for the cops, so I'm sure they'll come up with some reason to arrest this guy.
According to SAPD, Omitu is not the man they were looking for, yet he was still arrested and taken to jail. The charges? 2 felony counts of assault on a police officer. Omitu is a UTSA graduate and insurance adjuster in San Antonio. His family says he's never had a run-in with the law before Tuesday. Matthias' father, Victor, says he's glad someone was watching over his son.
I'm very grateful that he was there. Extremely grateful that he was able to take this.
According to Moss, officers came by his office after the ordeal.
They came into our office and started trying to, intimidate us to give them information.
They asked for our Facebook accounts.
They wanted to basically glean what I had said about them or what we had videotaped because they were trying to get their stories straight. I'm quite certain of that. But the reality is this man did not deserve to get the beat out of him just for jogging and minding his own business.
A San Antonio civil rights attorney tells us they are working with the Omitu family to get Matthias out of jail. Victor Moss says he plans to file a complaint with Internal Affairs. SAPD sent a statement late tonight saying, in part, the individual contacted was in close proximity to the call and matched the physical and clothing description provided by the victim. That was the only reason he was stopped and questioned, as the officers legitimately believed he was the wanted suspect. This incident will be reviewed administratively to ensure all policies were followed.
So we got one more here, y'all. So this is this bogus police officer, you know what I mean? This dirty white cop. He got caught, you know what I mean, planting drugs on people. You know what I mean? Let's see what happens with this. This is from A&E. Yeah, white fella. He looks corrupt. This video is 4 minutes and 54 seconds if y'all are interested.
We're there. I did not put the narcotics here.
First up, we head to Jackson County, Florida, for the trial of Zachary Wester. Former sheriff's deputy was charged with 67 counts of racketeering, fabricating evidence, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances.
Y'all gonna try to tell me he ain't guilty of at least one of those? Because anytime it's somebody black or brown, and they got a bunch of charges, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes some white people, I said some white people be like, oh, well, they got 22 charges. He did at least one of them. So I'm saying the same thing about y'all. This Zachary Wester dude has 67 counts of racketeering, fabricating evidence, false imprisonment, possession of controlled substance, and I think there's some more.
Wester's accused of planting drugs in a dozen vehicles during random traffic stops.
They say it appears to be an illegal narcotic. Do you know anything about that?
I do not.
Oh, they're showing the video of him doing it.
Denied owning the drugs, but yet most were subsequently arrested. The arrest caused suspicion internally, and in 2018, Wester was suspended. 3 years later, the case went to trial.
I hope the audio is good, y'all. If it's not, my
This
apologies.
is a case about an abuse of an incredible power.
I ain't
About
professional.
Abuse of the incredible trust.
And I ain't getting paid,
that we
so
all
you know what I mean? That's a
in
trade-off.
law enforcement in a society.
The prosecution relied on the defendant's own body cam footage to help argue their case. Stephen Van, a convicted felon, had recently gotten out of jail when Wester supposedly found methamphetamine in his car.
Oh, shit, dude might be an illegal migrant. That motherfucker might be an illegal migrant. Shit. Well, he's white. He got white skin. Oh, yeah, he looks
Like the other
Russian.
drivers who testified, Van gave the officer permission to search his car because he claims he had nothing to hide. While the jury got to watch most of the traffic stops, some recordings had mysteriously disappeared.
Why
Mm-hmm.
in the world would that have been deleted? I wish I knew that answer.
Hey, baby, it's
Ironically,
pullover time. Watching the
the
pullovers.
strongest element in the prosecution's case,
Yeah, dirty cop.
especially when it came
Playing
to
dope
Teresa
on
Odom.
people. He was lying about it.
How are you?
At
You're
first,
about
the
to book him,
officers
Dano.
politely, playful.
Anything that people need to be concerned about? Bombs, hand grenades, rocket launchers? Okay.
While Odom stands behind the vehicle, Wester begins his search. Notice as he prepares to put his gloves on, there's a small item in his left hand. Prosecutors argue that Wester is palming a small bag of meth, which he claims to find next to a spoon in the vehicle.
Yep. Yo, playing with that shit.
I'm not. Okay. How about this, son?
That's not mine. No, sir.
Now, the
Anytime the police search your car or your prison cell house and you want to see that shit, they used to do that in prison. Like, they'll come do random cell searches and they'll tell you to just step aside and be like, hell no, I'm going to watch you search my cell. You ain't about to throw nothing in there on me.
white small plastic baggie that was in that spoon that the deputy just showed you on this video. Had you ever seen that before?
No, sir.
Was that
No,
in your
sir.
car?
No, sir.
No, sir.
As far as motive, the prosecution claims the 28-year-old officer was ambitious and wanted to move to narcotics as quickly as possible. Wester testified he never planted any drugs.
The drugs were there. I did not put the narcotics there.
Oh,
And
they
after
just
5 days and several witnesses, the jury was asked to render a verdict. If Wester's found guilty on all charges, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars. After 7 hours, the jury returns with its verdict.
In the state of Florida versus Zachary Tyler Wester, we the jury find as follows as to the counts charged and the information. Count 1, guilty of racketeering as charged.
The clerk went on to read the verdicts on all 67 charges.
Count 7, guilty of official misconduct as charged.
In total, the crooked officer was found guilty on 19 charges.
Count 9, guilty of official misconduct as charged. Count 10, guilty of official misconduct as charged.
Including misconduct in the arrests of Van and Teresa Odom. 11 of the 12 drivers filed civil lawsuits against Wester. In July 2021, he was sentenced to 12 and a half years in a state prison.
Nice.
Thanks for being a fan of court.
could delay the drama. All my niggas is like the best man. But my right hand can't trust my left hand. And my big head can't trust my little head. Did a lot of bullshit for a little bread. Air it all day, like an aerosol spray. All day, mother doing G shit, can hear it all day. Like niggas yelling, cops come and clear the hallways. I know about the dope sales, 5-star hotels. Fake niggas rob the real niggas' coattails. Fuck coach though, we throwing on the V-necks. Transforming like Autobots and D-sets. If you ain't getting murdered, then you cheat check. Tell him that the bandit is back. I mean the hawk and the cannon is back. Yeah, let's go. And all I know is pain, so I'm handing them name. Know like they fly real high and then land in the back.
Here's more racism. This is out of West Virginia.
Is one of the top leadership taking hold this month in Charleston and Washington.
So one common theme, curtailing government programs that promote any diversity. Curtis Johnson looks at the issue and talks with one group that says the actions just go too far.
Diversity, equity, inclusion, known to many as DEI, a culture that considers aspects of one's background, such as race and gender. A lightning rod this month in politics. President Trump and West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey taking sweeping executive action to eliminate DEI from government. Morrisey discussing his focus.
Any issue which might express an inappropriate preference for race, for sex, for national origin. Some of these classes that have been used and manipulated in the past.
Trump this week ordering all DEI workers in federal government to be placed on leave and eventually be laid off. Morrisey's order includes eliminating state programs that mandate training, employment decisions, and other preferential treatment based on a person's race, color, sex, ethnicity, or national origin.
I heard you like,
Jumping on me.
Chewy, you attacking your mother?
Attacking me brutally.
Maybe he needs a nap.
Morrisey and
I
DEI
thought you were going to
opponents,
say,
a concern for the American Civil Liberties Union in West Virginia.
This is about people.
I'm just playing this audio of the whites taking more things away. Okay. Down here in Charleston, West Virginia, the conservative leadership, they want to get rid of it. Anything diversity, equity, inclusion. He's saying it's a culture that considers aspects of one's background. No, it says, hold on. He says, conservative leadership has taken hold this month in Charleston and Washington with one common theme, curtailing government programs that promote diversity. This Morrisey, one day after his inauguration, says focus pertains to any issue which might express an incooperative preference for race, sex, for national origin, some of these classes that have been used and manipulated in the past. And then it's just talking about what Trump's been doing or whatever. So they're all just teaming up, going state by state. You know, I can see him calling these. I can literally picture him calling these governors of these states or these or whatever these people are, and telling them. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to go on and start working on shutting that down, and you know what I mean?
Right.
And then they just get to working on it.
And he's gonna start like, I have to go, but he's gonna be like, I'm not gonna keep helping your state.
Oh, the bully shit he starts doing.
Like, oh, you want FEMA to come for you, or like, sorry.
You better do this, or I'm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how he gets what he wants, by like basically blackmailing and threatening people in a legal way.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Before you head out, who do you think is more of a crybaby on the basketball court, Luka Doncic or Brooke Lopez?
Brooke Lopez.
Whoo, that's tough, baby.
No, Brooke Lopez is more baby about it.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit, baby. All right. Yeah, Michelle's going to pick her. She's been like giving her daughter rides and stuff to work and picking her up because it's been cold as hell outside. Shit, her daughter don't have a car and shit. So, you know what I mean? So she's been just taking her, picking her up, taking her home and stuff. Being a good mother, you know what I mean? I'm sure some of y'all do that shit too. All right, y'all. Back to the episode. We're just watching the games. Bucks play at 9:30 tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Probably get a little nap in. We're having blueberry pancakes tonight. And hash browns. And I think we're having sausage patties, too, I think. And then tomorrow, got the NFC and AFC championship games coming up. I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm going to have to roll with Buffalo. And then I'm going to go with Washington. Jalen Daniels is balling out. Rookie, he's got to be setting some kind of records as a rookie. Man. And not only is he winning early, he's like the type of games he's winning, and he's getting experience like all of that, you know, in one season. As long as he stays away from injury, just like keeps getting stronger and stuff like that, and just avoids like any serious injury or like concussions and stuff like that, he should be good to go. All right, y'all, back to the episode. I'm just enjoying some sports and just chilling and relaxing. All right. And thanks for everyone that's listening. I see we got, what was it? Hold on. Let me check real quick. Let me just do a stat check because I noticed we have some new listeners. Just give me a second. Sorry for the... I'm just pulling up the stats real quick. I noticed this morning when I woke up and stuff, and just... I like to check every few days. Let's see. It is from Canada. See, Canada checked back in with us. And the Philippines. Yep. Thank you. Shout y'all out. We appreciate it. You know, we got plenty of episodes. We got like 300 and some episodes. And we talk about a lot of different stuff. You know what I mean? And, you know, when you're listening, you may be like, some of our stuff might be like humorous and we're kind of joking and bantering and stuff and just kind of, but we're all talking about, it's wrapped around a serious topic though. You know what I mean? And then like the clips and all that kind of stuff, you know, it all has a message to it. You know what I mean? And like for people that don't like some of the stuff, like it's still factual. Like I don't put stuff on here that's just like opinion. I mean, I give my opinion on stuff, but a lot of my opinions are based off the factual stuff. Because like someone may not agree with something you're talking about, like if it's still factual, that just means that they just don't like the facts that subject is. They just don't like it. But it doesn't change that it makes it a fact. It just means that you don't like it, don't agree with it, feel differently, and whatever. And we're all different. You know what I mean? And, you know, I appreciate everyone else's life experiences and how they view life, and I just hope everyone appreciates mine. Because the way I talk about things and how I like look at things and how I see life and view certain people, and like just for a second, I'll just say, because I know some people are probably like, man, dude, sounds like he don't like white adult males very much, because I like kind of talk about them a lot or whatever negatively. It's not I don't like white adult males like in like totality. It's some of them that, you know, want to run around and act like they're better than everyone, you know what I mean? They always got their chest poked out and shit, always want, you know what I mean? And act like they run everything and like they dominate and control stuff. They just have this arrogance sometimes. You know what I mean? And let's just be real. For the most part, they control and run everything. They do, whether for the good or the bad. They run stuff. You know, they're in decision-making roles most of the time. And then it'd be white women. You know what I mean? Look at the elections. Look at all the white presidents we've had. So the evidence is there too. See, like that, people might be like, man, what? But it's true. We've had one black president, no women president. Y'all didn't want, I'm saying y'all's for the people that didn't, you know what I mean? Not everyone. Y'all didn't want a black woman. Y'all didn't want a white woman. So, like, I would support AOC. But a black woman would win before a Mexican or a Latin woman would. You know what I mean? But no, I was saying though, a lot of the, like, some of my views about like white men comes from like, you know, me being in prison. They're the corrections officers and stuff like that. They're the ones that were, you know, putting handcuffs on me, you know, telling me when to go to bed and all that, and writing me conduct reports and telling me, I'll see you in 6 months when you get out and all that kind of shit, and just treating you like shit, like no respect. That's why I view them the way, because a lot of them act the same kind of way. You know, certain people out here, they carry themselves in the same kind of manner. So, like, those would be the ones that would kind of be in my mind when I'm saying certain stuff about people, that's all. So, I just wanted to kind of just give y'all a little insight, so I wouldn't just be randomly talking about just for no reason. You know what I mean? And plus, you know, they've been the brutal monsters throughout history. Because, like, race wouldn't probably wouldn't be an issue. I mean, I don't know, but I'd say there'd be a better chance that race wouldn't be as much of an issue as it is today if white people would have never started this. They would have never started, you know, stealing us, raping our women, you know, feeding our kids to alligators and, you know what I'm saying, using, you know, and having us be slaves and shit like that, not allowing us to teach ourselves and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And allowing us to educate ourselves and shit like that. We'd have stuff. Because that's why, like, the white people, when they came over here, because they didn't have shit, but their families were able to educate themselves, and they were able to, you know what I'm saying, get jobs and stuff like that. Our families weren't able to do that stuff. We couldn't even drink water, get water out of a bubbler. And that goes all into today. Look who's the ones that are taking things away, no matter what side you're on or how you feel about. Look who are all in the news. Look who are the ones that are, like, doing all this stuff. Whether it's kicking people out, whether it's getting rid of this program, getting rid of this department, getting rid of that department. Look, who are the ones doing all of that stuff? Not Democrats. And the other part of that, you can't say, oh, well, if Kamala was in there, she would have been doing. No, she wouldn't have. She would have been trying to help people. She wouldn't have been taking things away from y'all that already got stuff. Why? And a lot of the stuff that she would have been trying to do for black and brown people, a lot of it she wouldn't even have been able to get done. Because Republicans would have been shutting the shit down, being like, nope, nope, nope. You know, all of that stuff she was, like, saying she wanted to do was based off of if Congress would pass the stuff. That's the other part that people didn't even consider. Well, she ain't, you know, it's like, oh, shit, but, like, did you consider that, like, at least she's had a plan for us? All right, y'all, back to the episode. Oh, and then in the U.S., let's just see who else checked in. Oh, see, we got Florida's listening in some more. Appreciate y'all. Texas has been downloading more episodes. Maryland, California, Virginia's always been there. Appreciate y'all, Virginia. Appreciate Virginia. And I hope life's treating y'all well. And thank you for listening. Yeah, I'll be noticing Virginia. I notice y'all. Trust me, I notice. And we appreciate it. Alright, y'all, back to the episode. Yeah, we hope life's treating y'all well down there in Virginia. Stay safe, you know what I mean? And enjoy your life. Alright, let me get back to these games. Yes, right now it's Denver and Minnesota. Because Michelle's got the Joker in right now. So I'm just keeping an eye on that game. The Bucks play tonight at 9:30. That's nice. They're out. They're playing the Clippers tonight. All right, y'all. Peace.